Hey there, fellow travelers! Are you planning your next big adventure? Whether you're jetting off to a tropical paradise, exploring a bustling city, or heading into the great outdoors, there's one thing you absolutely must do before you pack your bags. Watch this video. Why? Because today we're diving into the essential travel tips, hacks, and must-know advice that will save you time, money, and stress on your journey. From avoiding common travel mistakes to packing smarter, navigating airports like a pro, and staying safe while exploring, we've got you covered. This isn't just another generic travel guide. We're sharing practical, real-world tips that seasoned travelers swear by, things you won't find in your average travel blog. Trust me, these insights can make the difference between a dream trip and a travel nightmare. But before we jump in, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Why? Because we're all about helping you travel smarter, safer, and more confidently. Plus, you won't want to miss our upcoming videos packed with even more insider tips and destination inspiration. All right, let's get started. Your next adventure is calling, and we're here to make sure it's unforgettable. 1. AI-powered crowd management at airport. In 2025, the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, has introduced advanced AI-driven systems to manage passenger flow at some of the busiest airports in the United States, including JFK, Atlanta, and Dallas-Fort Worth. These systems utilize a combination of thermal imaging and visual cameras installed overhead to monitor and analyze crowd movement in real time. The primary goal of this technology is to streamline the flow of passengers, reduce bottlenecks, and minimize wait times at security checkpoints. But this system goes beyond simply observing how long the lines are. It uses predictive algorithms to identify potential delays before they occur. For instance, if a particular checkpoint is becoming congested, the AI can redirect passengers to less crowded areas or even close certain lines temporarily to balance the flow. While this system operates anonymously, meaning no facial recognition data is stored, it still tracks movement patterns to optimize efficiency. If you've ever wondered why you were suddenly moved to a different line or why a checkpoint closed unexpectedly, it's likely the AI making those decisions. This technology is expected to expand to other major airports, including LAX and Miami, in the coming months. So if your airport experience feels unusually smooth or highly organized, you can credit the invisible hand of AI working behind the scenes. While the system promises efficiency, it's worth noting that your movements are being tracked, albeit anonymously, to make air travel more seamless. 2. Facial recognition boarding becomes standard. If you're flying internationally from the United States in 2025, you might notice a significant change at the boarding gate. On select routes operated by airlines like Delta, United, and American, facial recognition technology has become the default method for verifying passengers. This means you may no longer need to present your passport at the gate. Here's how it works. The system scans your face and matches it to the photo linked to your passport or travel documents. The process is incredibly fast, often taking just a few seconds, and it eliminates the need for manual document check. However, there's an important detail many travelers overlook. You can opt out of this system. If you prefer not to have your face scanned, you must inform the gate agent in advance. Otherwise, the system will automatically proceed with facial recognition. By mid-2025, this technology is expected to be operational at over 50 international departure gates across U.S. airports. Some airlines are even testing it for domestic flights, signaling a broader adoption of biometric verification in the near future. For privacy-conscious travelers, this system raises some concerns. While TSA and Customs and Border Protection (CBP) claim that facial data is deleted within 12 hours, it's always a good idea to double-check with your airline if you prefer manual verification. The convenience of faster boarding is undeniable, but it's essential to weigh it against your comfort level with biometric data usage. 3. Real ID enforcement is now active. After years of delays, the Real ID Act is finally being enforced as of May. If you're 18 or older and planning to fly within the United States, you must present a Real ID-compliant driver's license, a valid passport, or another TSA-approved form of identification to pass through security. This rule is non-negotiable, and there are no exceptions. Many travelers mistakenly believe they can get by with their standard driver's license, but that's no longer the case. A Real ID-compliant license is easily identifiable by a gold or black star in the top corner. If your license doesn't have this marking, it's not compliant, and you'll need to either renew it or bring an alternative form of identification, such as a passport. Despite years of warnings from state governments, thousands of travelers are still showing up at airports unprepared, leading to a significant increase in denied entry. TSA agents are strictly enforcing this rule, and attempting to talk your way through security without the proper ID will not work. To avoid unnecessary stress and delays, take a moment to check your ID before heading to the airport. If you're unsure whether your license meets the Real ID standard, visit your state's DMV website for clarification. Being proactive can save you from the frustration of being turned away at the security checkpoint. 4. Biometric bag drop gains. Momentum. In 2025, several major U.S. airlines, including Delta, American, and Alaska Airlines, have expanded their use of biometric bag drop systems. This technology, which was initially tested in select locations, is now being rolled out at airports in cities like Atlanta, Detroit, and Seattle. The goal is to make the bag drop process faster and more efficient for travelers. Here's how it works. Instead of scanning your ID or entering a confirmation number at the kiosk, the system uses facial recognition to identify you, matches your face to your travel itinerary, allowing you to check in your bags in under 30 seconds. However, there's a catch. To use this system, you must opt in when booking your flight. If you haven't given consent or linked your photo to your passport or TSA pre-check profile, the system won't recognize you, and you'll be directed to a manual check-in lane. While the speed and convenience of biometric bag drop are undeniable, it does come with privacy trade-off. Your biometric data is temporarily stored during the process, which may be a concern for some travelers. If you're uncomfortable with this, you can stick to traditional check-in methods. As this technology becomes more widespread, it's important to understand how it works and what it means for your privacy. Being informed allows you to make the best decision for your travel needs, while taking advantage of the latest innovations in air travel. 5. UK introduces mandatory pre-travel authorization. Starting July 2025, the United Kingdom has implemented a new requirement for all visa-exempt travelers, including US citizens, to obtain an electronic travel authorization (ETA) before boarding any flight to the UK. This rule applies even if you're only transiting through the country, such as connecting flights in London or Edinburgh. The ETA process is straightforward and can be completed online in about 15 minutes. Once approved, the authorization is valid for multiple entries over a 2-year period. However, it's important to note that this is not a visa. Without an approved ETA, you will be denied boarding, even if you're just passing through the UK on your way to another destination. The application fee is approximately $13, and approval must be secured before you check in for your flight. Airlines are strictly enforcing this rule, and it applies to travelers of all ages, including infants and children. If you show up at the airport without an ETA, you won't be issued a boarding pass, and your travel plans could be derailed. To avoid last-minute stress, make sure to apply for your ETA well in advance of your trip. This new requirement is part of the UK's effort to enhance border security while maintaining efficient travel for visitors. Don't wait until the last minute. Plan ahead to ensure a smooth journey. 6. TSA rolls out passive explosives detection technology. In 2025, the TSA has quietly introduced a new layer of security at select US airports: passive explosives detection systems. Unlike traditional methods such as swab tests or manual pat-downs, these advanced sensors are mounted on ceilings and operate invisibly as passengers walk through security areas. The technology works by analyzing the air for trace chemicals associated with explosives or narcotics. If the system detects a potential threat, it flags the individual for further screening. What makes this system unique is its non-invasive nature. You won't even realize you're being scanned unless you're pulled aside for additional checks. Airports like Boston Logan and Denver International are among the first to adopt this technology, with plans for wider implementation later this year. The goal is to enhance security while minimizing disruptions for travelers. This system is part of TSA's broader strategy to create a multi-layered approach to airport security. While the process is designed to be seamless, it's worth noting that certain substances, such as recently handled chemicals, could trigger an alert. If you're randomly selected for additional screening, this new technology could be the reason. As this system becomes more widespread, it's another reminder of how airport security is evolving to address modern threats. 7. ETS becomes mandatory for US travelers to Europe. By late 2025, American travelers heading to Europe will need to navigate a new requirement: the European Travel Information and Authorization System. This system will apply to all visitors traveling to any of the 30 Schengen area countries, including popular destinations like France, Italy, and Spain. The ETS process is similar to the US ESTA system. Travelers will need to complete an online application, which takes about 10 minutes, and pay a fee of approximately $8. Once approved, the authorization is valid for 3 years and allows multiple entries. However, approval isn't instant. It can take up to 96 hours, so it's crucial to plan ahead. What many travelers don't realize is that airlines will not allow you to board your flight without a verified ETS approval. This digital pre-screening acts as a mandatory check before departure, even for short trips or weekend getaways. If you're planning a European vacation or business trip, this is an essential step in your travel preparations. To avoid last-minute complications, make sure to apply for ETS well in advance of your departure date. This new requirement is part of Europe's effort to enhance border security while maintaining efficient travel for international visitors. As the launch date approaches, staying informed will help ensure a smooth journey. 8. Smart luggage now faces stricter battery rules. If you're traveling with smart luggage in 2025, be prepared for stricter enforcement of battery regulations at the check-in counter. Smart bags equipped with built-in USB chargers, GPS tracking, or other electronic features are now subject to new rules regarding lithium batteries. Airlines like Delta, American, and JetBlue have started asking passengers at bag drop whether the battery in their smart luggage is removable. This is in line with FAA guidelines, which prohibit non-removable lithium batteries from being placed in the cargo hold. If your bag's battery cannot be removed, you'll be required to either carry the bag on board or remove the battery on the spot. While TSA does not screen for this at security checkpoints, airline gate agents are now strictly enforcing these rules. If you're unable to comply, your bag will not be allowed to be checked, potentially causing delays or disruptions to your travel plans. To avoid issues, it's best to travel with a smart bag that has a removable battery, or to remove the battery before arriving at the airport. This simple step can save you from unnecessary stress and ensure a smoother check-in process. As airlines continue to tighten enforcement, being proactive about battery compliance is more important than ever. 9. Boarding zones. Now integrated with Security Flow, in 2025, a new system has been introduced at major airports like LAX and Chicago O'Hare, linking boarding zones to TSA security lanes. This innovative approach aims to streamline the passenger flow from check-in to boarding by coordinating security screening with airline boarding groups. When you check in, your boarding group is now tied to a specific TSA lane, ensuring that passengers arrive at the gate in a staggered, organized manner. For example, if you're in boarding group 5, you might be directed to a slower security lane to prevent overcrowding at the gate. This system operates automatically through airline apps and kiosks, making the process seamless for most travelers. However, if you're running late or need to expedite your screening, you can request to bypass this system manually by speaking with a TSA officer. While this coordination is designed to reduce congestion and improve efficiency, it's important to be aware of the changes. If you're redirected to a specific lane based on your boarding group, it's not random, it's part of the new system. As this approach expands to more airports, understanding how it works can help you navigate the process more smoothly and avoid unnecessary delays. 10. TSA facial recognition is now active and optional. Facial recognition technology is no longer in the testing phase at TSA checkpoint. As of 2025, this system is fully operational at over 85 airports across the United States, with plans to expand to more than one. By default, the system scans your face at the ID check podium, comparing your live image to the photo on your passport or driver's license to verify your identity. While TSA claims that the scanned images are deleted within 24 hours, privacy-conscious travelers should know that participation is entirely optional. If you prefer not to have your face scanned, you can opt out by informing the TSA officer before the scan takes place. There's no penalty for opting out, you'll simply undergo a manual ID check instead. It's worth noting that signs informing travelers of their right to opt out are posted at checkpoints, but they can be easy to miss in the hustle of airport security. If you're traveling with children or anyone uncomfortable with biometric scanning, make sure to speak up early in the process. As this technology becomes more widespread, understanding your rights and options will help you make informed decisions at the checkpoint. 11. Clear members now need backup IDs at some airports. Clear, the service that allows travelers to skip the ID check by using biometric scans, has introduced a new requirement at select airports. As of June 2025, Clear members may be asked to present a physical ID in addition to their biometric scan, particularly during peak travel hours or if the facial recognition system fails to verify their identity. This change has been implemented at major airports like LAX, Orlando, and Newark as a safeguard against account fraud and mismatched data. While Clear still offers a faster and more streamlined experience compared to standard TSA lines, it's no longer entirely touchless. Travelers who cannot provide a backup ID when requested will be redirected to the standard screening process, potentially causing delays. To avoid complications, Clear members should always carry a valid form of identification, such as a driver's license or passport, even if they don't expect to use it. This small precaution can save you from unexpected delays and ensure a smoother travel experience. As biometric technology continues to evolve, being prepared for these changes will help you stay ahead of the curve. 12. TSA PreCheck now auto-linked to boarding passes. In 2025, TSA PreCheck has become even more convenient for frequent travelers, thanks to new automation features introduced by major airlines like Delta, United, and American. These airlines now automatically link your TSA PreCheck status to your boarding pass, even if you forget to enter your known traveler number, KTN, during the booking process. This is made possible by a system that matches your loyalty account and travel history with your TSA profile during check-in. While this automation is a welcome improvement, it's not foolproof. If there's even a slight discrepancy between the name on your ticket and the name on your TSA PreCheck profile, the system may fail to link your status. In such cases, your boarding pass won't display the TSA PreCheck designation, and you'll need to go through standard security screening. To avoid this issue, always double-check that your TSA PreCheck status appears on your boarding pass before heading to the security checkpoint. If it doesn't, visit the airline's check-in desk to resolve the issue. This proactive step can save you time and frustration at the airport. As travel systems become more automated, staying vigilant about these details will help ensure a smoother journey.